DavidLDotlich, Leadership Passages, the Personal and Professional Transitions That Make or Break a Leader. Embark on a journey to explore the multifaceted world of leadership as we delve into the leadership passages, the personal and professional transitions that make or break a leader by DavidLDotlich. Throughout this book's summary, you'll gain insights into the complex relationship between leaders, followers, and their situation. We'll uncover how leadership is a delicate balance of rational and emotional factors, and how various myths may hinder your growth as a leader. You'll also discover the importance of a followership and the interplay between leadership and management. Be prepared to question some preconceived ideas about leadership and find inspiration to help you become the leader you aspire to be.
Leadership and followership. Leadership is a complex interaction between leaders, followers, and situations, and there is no single definition that captures it entirely. The delicate balance between rational and emotional factors is key, and leaders must be confident yet humble, able to persevere yet recognize when a change in direction is needed. Being an expert on leadership is not required to be a good leader, but it can be helpful. Leaders must recognize the importance of followership and appreciate their perspectives. Myths and truths about leadership. Leaders have been romanticized for ages, but many myths surround leadership. Research has demonstrated that leaders differ from followers, and effective leaders differ from ineffective ones, in various personality traits, skills, cognitive abilities, and values. There are several viable ways to leading, depending on the situation. Leaders have to influence people to achieve group goals. While good leadership might seem like common sense, it is far more than that. Followers' expectations, personality traits, maturity levels, motivation, and variable competencies affect the leadership process significantly. In today's world, followers are occasionally leaders. It has also been shown that crises play such an important part in charismatic leadership that certain leaders will purposely create crises to be perceived as being charismatic. Walt Disney, the visionary leader. The secret to Walt Disney's leadership success was his focus on producing the best while experimenting with new ways of doing things. His long-range vision and good timing helped him recognize talent and surround himself with creative people. Despite not being a people person, Walt trusted his intuition and wasn't afraid to take great risks to back up that intuition. He closely supervised everything that carried his name to make sure it met his quality standards. Walt's leadership also extended to the trust he placed in his followers' abilities, making them part of the leadership process. Walt's complementary contributions with his brother Roy made the Disney company successful, with Walt as the creative leader and Roy as the financial manager. However, after Walt's death, the company lacked a visionary leader, and production shifted to moderately successful but uninspired formula pieces for 2 decades. Walt's leadership qualities were critical to the success of the Disney company, making him a visionary leader. Power, influence, and leadership. Leaders can use many forms of power and influence to motivate their followers, but these can sometimes be limited by external factors. The capacity to produce effects on others is a function of the leader, the followers, and the situation. Rewards and coercive power can be effective, but they can also cause problems. Leaders must also be flexible and adaptable, as leadership changes when situations change. Vision is vital, not just for grand social movements, but also for commonplace business situations. Exceptional bosses put values into action and lead by example, demonstrating the power of transformational and charismatic leadership and motivating their followers to achieve their goals. Ethics, values, and leadership. The best leaders do what is right, not just what is easy. They stand for their values but also know what they won't stand for. Leaders face ethical dilemmas at every level and often set the ethical standard for their followers. The debate about whether character matters in leadership has been ongoing. Organizations that prioritize profit over character tend to face negative consequences in the long run. Studies have delved into what makes a leader charismatic and what motivates followers. According to Maslow, leaders and followers are motivated by basic needs: physical survival, security, affiliation, self-esteem, and self-actualization. Factors such as situational factors, stereotyping, and attitudes about oneself and followers also affect leadership. Traits of great leaders. True leadership is not about knowing everything but how to behave when uncertain. A leader can become better by practicing and developing leadership skills. While businesses and technology evolve with time, the qualities of a good leader remain consistent. Successful leaders embrace growth and change, creating opportunities for improvement.
As we conclude our exploration of David L.Dotlich's leadership passages, we've discovered the intricate connections between leaders and followers, and how situations can greatly impact leadership. By examining the qualities of successful leaders and debunking some commonly held myths, we've learned that leadership is not a one-size-fits-all approach. Adaptability and a balance of rational and emotional factors are key. We've also understood the importance of ethics and values in shaping a leader's character and decision-making process. So, as you navigate your personal and professional development, may the lessons from this enlightening book summary guide you towards becoming the adaptive, ethical, and effective leader you've always envisioned.